Bang, we are back today with an Adidas Boston 13 revisit. Some closing thoughts on it, or I guess opening thoughts for you now that the shoe is available to buy. Wanted to let you know who should buy it, who should not buy it, what are the best qualities, what are the weak qualities of it. And if you're looking for a new speed training shoe, of course, watch this video to help you decide if the Boston 13 should be it. But also, check out the Supwell app. Supwell app is my app. It's the best buy, sell, and trade marketplace out there. It's also how I was able to get this shoe. One of my friends on the Supwell app traded me. So if you're looking for a new speed training shoe and you have a max cushion shoe or a race shoe, you could trade with somebody. You can make a deal. So link is in the description below. It's the best hobby jogging community out there. Enjoy today's video. Man, another beautiful morning at Mint Hill. The mosquitoes are out though. That's crazy. We legit have mosquitoes out. But yeah, this morning I wanted to get some final thoughts out on the Adidas Boston 13. Now that this is officially dropped and officially on the market, I got access to this about a month and a half ago, because somebody posted the link on the Supwell app. No, that's not true actually. My guy Caleb, well, somebody did post a link on the Supwell app, and then my guy Caleb was kind enough to send his pair to me. We did a trade. I sent him the Gata and some swag, and he sent me this. So this is officially released. I've got a ton of miles in it. I want to do some final thoughts today now that you can actually buy it. You probably forgot everything I said about it, because the last time I did any videos on it was probably about a month ago. So this is Adidas's speed training shoe. You get the top layer of Light Strike Pro, bottom layer of Light Strike, so softer and bouncier race foam on the top, stabilized by these energy rods in here. Gives it some nice rigidity, lots of good rubber coverage for training. And then you also have stability in the back on the bottom here. So in this generation, they've gone down in stack height. It's a lot more streamlined. It doesn't feel like the most aggressive either. And look at this. There's not a huge rocker up front. It's flatter. So compared to the 12, the 13 is lower to the ground, lighter weight, and not as aggressive. It's also a lot softer. And through my testing so far, I have enjoyed it the most for anything related to speed, but it's also been a capable daily trainer. So that's what I'm going to do this morning. Take it out for some everyday miles. It's Saturday. You guys know the drill. On Saturdays, I don't rip. Saturdays are for chill miles, but I'm taking it out for 4 miles around the hood here, throw some strides in it, and then I'll let you know who this is going to be best for and do some comparisons. So let's lace this thing up. Irish line dancing music, copyright free, Dropkick Murphys type beat. I'm shipping up to find my wooden leg. All my real mess holes know that song. All right, man, lacing up the Boston 13. Fits true to size. And now I'm remembering one of the surprising changes to this version is the comfort. Step-in feel is great. They've really nailed this upper. That's not something Adidas has been known for, so really comfortable upper. You get a lot of padding on the tongue. They fixed what was wrong in the 12. People hated that upper. This is not a very hateable shoe, and I don't think it's going to be anybody's favorite all-time shoe. Well, maybe it will be, but there's qualities to it that make it really nice, and I might even put this at number 1 on the speed training power rankings because it is a really solid shoe, but there's nothing about it that blows me away. It's just dialed in all the right ways. Great fitting upper, nice and comfortable, feels secure. There's not too much foam, not too much padding. It's a great tool for the job with some of these modern luxuries, like the race foam, like the lightweight material on the top, and then like the energy rod. So it feels very streamlined and standard, but there also is some excitement to it. All right, quick walk test. I'm literally wearing the Christmas socks on Easter. These were the last running socks I had. But yeah, walking in this, it feels so normal. It feels so standard and normal. It doesn't feel like an aggressive speed training weapon when you put it on. The fit is nice. The midsole, it just feels like a normal everyday shoe. And that's what I remember now that I'm familiarizing or reacquainting myself with this. There's not a lot of weirdness to it, which is really good. And that's what I want in a training shoe. So it doesn't feel max cushion. It doesn't feel aggressively rockered. It's just there. Now, it does feel lower drop. And with these Adizero shoes, a lot of them, especially once we start to get some compression in the heel, feel flatter. That's something that happens in the Evo SL, even the Adios Pro 3, and especially if you land farther back, they feel flatter. So that's something to keep in mind. If you don't like lower drop platforms, you might not get along with this because it does feel even lower than the 6 that it's reported. It feels like a 4mm drop shoe. I ran in the Topo, the Phantom 4 earlier this week. This feels very similar. But all right, let's get some miles in. Plan is 4 around the hood here. Throw in some strides if I'm feeling it at the end. Oh no, we've got 4% on the watch. You think we can make it? That's 1% for each mile. Man, this is nice. This is nicer than I remember. So this is the thing about Adidas and Light Strike Pro and Light Strike and nearly every shoe that they drop. These shoes always require break-in. This has about, I've been really bad with mileage tracking now, but between 40 and 55 miles. So let's call it around 50 miles. If I go back and tally them all up, I could get the exact number. But this foam is way bouncier now. It's also not a super soft ride. It's refreshing. It's refreshing to not have a marshmallow under my foot. It's a very nimble feel. Just about a few minutes in here warming up. This shoe is just a nice change of pace. It's so different from everything else. Everyone is going super tall. My other favorite speed training shoe, the Mach X2, that's up at around 44 millimeters in the back out of the factory. This one is below 40, closer to 35. Last time I measured it, it was 34. So it's much more nimble. It feels really stripped down compared to everything else out there. There's no fighting against the foam. It's a nice direct ride. It's so funny, someone just yelled at me, "You got a good pace going there." And I'm just jogging around the hood here, but I saw this funny Instagram reel and it showed that guy, you know, that guy who's been going viral for his morning routine and sprinting. And someone was saying, this is what all my non-runner friends think it means when I'm running. The reality is 80% of the time we're just yogging it out. Just about a mile and a half in here. This course is so gosh dang hilly. I literally cannot run in my neighborhood without getting hundreds of feet of elevation gain. Some days it's annoying, but I'm gonna crank some strides. Basically hill sprints. Just hit one at 4:47 pace. It is so easy to get the legs going in this. There's not a ton of bounce, and it's not soft, and it's not cushioned, but it's just easy to get the legs moving. It feels lightweight, and the energy rods do just enough to pop you off the front. It does feel like a workhorse speed training shoe that's gonna make you do the work, but it is very compliant to the demands of the runner. It will do exactly what I need it to do. So I'm not going any faster or slower than I want to be. It does exactly what I want it to. Yeah, I just hit one at 4:17 per mile pace. And this is what the Evo SL was lacking for me. Because it doesn't have the rods and the stiffness, I can't really crank it. Midlife runner calls that shoe the gray zone shoe, meaning it's good for those middle miles where you're not quite hitting 10K, 5K, half marathon race pace, but it's also not a relaxed shoe. This one I can jog along in it and the heel feels good because of the light strike. But then as soon as my mechanics change and I'm going into attack mode, the rods give me that sharp bite that I want. And so it's not super rockered, but the rods do a really nice job letting me dig in and blast in low fours. Now, for that exact reason, the Evo SL is going to be a better choice for people who like that cushioned feel and who aren't getting down to faster, more aggressive paces all that often in their training. If you're training for first half marathon, first marathon, or your paces are in that 8 to 11 minute range, the Evo SL is going to be the better choice. Everyone who's in that zone loves that shoe. Where the Evo SL starts maxing out is if you're training at sub 7 minute paces frequently, pushing a lot of power down into that forefoot and want more response from the shoe. That's what the rods in here are giving. Oh man, my watch just shut off the activity because it has 2% battery. So 4% cannot get you through a 4-mile run on the Coros Pace 3. PSA. So I guess I should stop filming now because nothing else in this run counts. All right, I think my family's waiting for me to do some sort of activity there. And look at that, reflexively, I just pull up the watch. It's 10:33 a.m. There's no run on here because it's deleted. And look at that, it's at 2%. This is one of the things that bother me with the Coros. If I have an activity going and this thing is close to 1%, it will stop the activity. I would rather it have an honorable death. Just keep the activity going as long as you can and then die. What do I need this last 2% for? Nothing. So to get a dishonorable discharge from my technology rotation, I really want to check out a Garmin. But yeah, family's waiting for me to do some sort of, I don't even know. So I'm going to be quick here. I'll do the full breakdown later, but this is really an awesome shoe. #1 speed training shoe on the market now. It has the true spirit of what I want and let's think about what speed training means. It's not just going out there and running hard. It's developing the mechanics, the posture, the strength to sustain paces for a longer period of time. There's a lot of squishy, mushy shoes that don't help do that. And the Evo SL, that's a great shoe for hammering slightly faster than you should paces on your everyday runs. This one really feels that it's specialized for developing the skill of speed in your toolkit. That's the difference between the Boston 13 and the Evo. It is a more traditional shoe, and it's a shoe for people who want a rotation and a tool for the job. The Evo SL is designed to be that one-note, almost do-it-all shoe. This one, you can do daily miles in it. It's a good daily trainer, but it's a great shoe for getting after it, digging in, and pushing yourself. That's what this thing is for. All right, family time. One more thing I'd say, this is the shoe to get if you want to be fast. The Evo SL over here, I'll talk about these later. The Evo SL is the shoe to get if you want to feel fast. This one is going to help you actually get faster. This one's going to help you feel faster. All right, it's now almost 6 p.m. I've been out all day with the fam, So I don't even remember anything about the Boston 13. Now, this is the Boston 13 here. Let's do this breakdown quickly. So the whole reason I wanted to put this video together is because this shoe just dropped and a lot of people are going to be excited about it, but there are some big changes here from the last generation, especially now that the Evo SL is on the market. So let's go through those quickly. Main differences between this and the 12: better upper, more cushioning on the upper, way better fit. It's true to size. The last one was a lot bigger for some people. Better padding around the back. You're not gonna have your ankles cut up. And then main differences between this and the Evo SL: also a better upper. This is $160. Evo SL is $150. This is more fine-tuned for fast, high-end speed. And the Evo SL, again, as I was saying out there, it has a more cushioned feel. It's definitely not a relaxed mileage shoe, but the way that people are using that shoe, a daily trainer, is a lot different than how most people are going to enjoy this shoe. So Evo SL is the hype king. That's the one most people are loving right now. And I think if you go into the Boston 13 expecting it to be a better version of the Evo SL, you are going to be disappointed. Now, that is not to say it's a bad shoe. Oh gosh, it's mosquito season. That's not to say this is a bad shoe. Matter of fact, I like this shoe more than the Evo SL, but it is a completely different character, and you have to have in your mind, this is not a $10 better Evo. The Evo has 100% Light Strike Pro. This is a mix. This has more technology in it, but you're also getting the energy rod. So who should buy this shoe? If you want a firmer, more aggressive feel in your speed training shoe, that is 100% the Boston 13. A lot of the market is going towards mushy, squishy. Even the Adios Pro 4 has that very soft, high cushion character. This does not have that. I was doing that test earlier this week with the Adios Pro 4. It actually performed decently well when it comes to the numbers. My heart rate was low. The pace wasn't one of the fastest, but I was fairly efficient in it, but it just felt terrible for me. The foam is just so mushy. I'm not getting that here. This is not a marshmallow. So it's an alternative. It's not against anything. It's pro, lower, streamlined, stripped down. So do not think Adios Pro 4. Do not even think Boston 13. Think more like a plated Rebel V3 or a plated Hoka Mach 5. This feels like a return to form for those 2022, 2023 lighter weight, lower to the ground speed training shoes that a lot of people like. Brooks Hyperion Max OG. That's what you're getting here. So a really nice update to that type of shoe with the modern race foam and with the energy rod. So if you're looking for a firmer shoe that's not going to be squishy and mushy, this is going to be great for speed. One interesting thing though with the ride, I do have to note, it feels softer and more cushioned when you're landing on the heel. It is a really nice ride for heel striking here with this big chunk of light strike in the back. So it's not bad at all. It's not harsh or punishing. It has this dual character where I can get up on the forefoot and rip, but then it's also comfortable in the back. So second type of person who should buy this shoe, or if you're looking for this quality, buy this shoe, is if you want something for fast speed training. This is not a tempo shoe. This is not, and it's ironic because this is supposed to be the marathon training shoe, but the Evo SL feels like more of that higher cushioned option. And with so many runners going for the marathon race shoes, the Saucony Endorphin Pro 4, the Saucony Endorphin Elite 2, the On Cloud Boom Strike, the even Adidas Adios Pro 4, I could keep going on, but a lot of us are using the true Carbon County race shoes for our tempo runs, for our long runs with race pace, for the bulk of our marathon training workouts. This is more of a 5K, 10K, half marathon training shoe. This is the shoe that I'm gonna use for anything shorter reps, faster than 10K speed. If I'm trying to get down to 4:15 pace, like I was doing for strides out here this morning, this is great. Or if I'm doing a hour-long run and shorter, and I know I'm gonna throw some efficiency intervals in there or doing some hill training, this would be great. It is really easy to run fast. It is not the highest cushion feel, and it doesn't have the speed assistance and just, it's easy to run in, but it doesn't have that marathon training shoe that feel that I like, where I get a lot of stack, a lot of bounce. I'm doing the work of running in this. So again, important to remember, it's not an Evo SL and it's not an Adios Pro 4. This is not the long run cruiser, but it is surprisingly capable. And that's the third category of people who should buy this. If you are looking for a do-it-all shoe and you want something with a lighter weight, more streamlined feel, this is gonna be great. Again, all of these quote-unquote do-it-all shoes are what people like to call super trainers right now. The Super Blast, the Skyward X, even the Saucony Endorphin Trainer, which I've been loving. They all are above 280 grams, or at least around that. The Super Blast is around 270 in my size. They all have over 40 millimeters of stack, and they're all a gosh dang a lot of shoe on foot. They feel like big, bulky shoes. This does not. So if you do want something that's capable of doing everything, definitely best for high-end speed, but if you want something that's capable of doing everything, Boston 13 is a great buy. Now, if you want something soft, don't get this. If you want something super cushion, don't get this. There's a lot of great soft cushion shoes on the market. This is not gonna be it. Also, if you want something that's explosively bouncy for jogging around, this isn't gonna be it either. Get the Neo Zen or get the Skyward X. This is a shoe that really requires some fast speed to get the most benefit out of it. I do think some people will enjoy it as a daily trainer, but that's not where I've enjoyed it. There's just much better options out there for chewing through relaxed miles. But for high-end speed, this is now the best option in 2025. There's nothing that's even, what's nice about this is nothing that even comes close. The Pegasus Plus, the Cloud Boom Zone, there's some shoes that are non-plated, lower to the ground with that firmer feel, but this is offering, it's almost like the Adios, what I thought the Adios was gonna be. This is offering all of that high tech in a more streamlined pack. If you think about any of the other higher tech options, they're max stack or they're super soft and squishy. So really nice alternative to a lot of what's out there. Don't go into this thinking it's gonna be the bounciest, most cushioned thing, because that's not what they tried to do with it. But for the intended purpose, this is an absolute banger. So Adidas Boston 13, Supwell certified. All right, that's all I have for you today. This was a short one. I was out all day, went to the botanical gardens, went to get some new tires, So I think that's it. I'll be back tomorrow with another video.